Ah, good. You're coming through as well.
Oh,
That's
great.
fantastic. All right. Okay. So I'm going to be starting a competition piece. I'm joining the Reddit um the Reddit mini painting
Oh, nice.
contest
Uh huh.
that they do every like maybe once or twice a year.
Nice. Yeah, you said the competition's pretty stiff.
Yeah, for me,
Yeah,
for me it is.
yeah.
There were some amazing paintings last time. Just amazing dioramas. There was this guy who did like this weird kind of demon puppet thing,
hmm
and the painting of it of all the dolls was unbelievable. And he had even the string coming from this great puppeteer who was overseeing it all.
Wow.
The string coming from his fingers
Yeah,
down to
yeah.
all of the puppets and things. And he had to use. I was looking at the kind of like the forum where he talked a bit about it, and he said he had to use his. He couldn't find anything thin enough, and he ended up having to use his girlfriend's hair. And he said it took forever to get it on there as well, just absolutely forever.
Well, there you go. There's a use for a relationship. Oh wow.
Give me your hair. But yeah. But I really, it's worth checking it out. It's a really amazing
hmm
diorama he did. Like the painting of it as well looks just unbelievably good. You know, like those beautiful blends and everything's so smooth, and it looks
Oh,
just so good. So it's
nice.
that's in the advanced category though. So I'm not doing advanced.
Oh, good.
I'm not gonna to be doing that. I've got to do well in the intermediate first.
hmm
At the moment, I kind of always hit mid-table.
hmm
So the aim is to kind of, I think I was mid to like 30%, I guess. Um, so I'm determined to try and do a bit better.
Nice.
I would like my main goal is in these competitions to try and get into the top five for the intermediate. Now, I may have shot myself in the foot already because I'm doing like the single model
hmm
category, and I think single model intermediate is perhaps the most populous
Oh yeah.
in terms of people, but I just don't have time to do a bigger piece.
mm
I was kind of like looking at doing the megalodon, the giant monster that comes in Defiance,
Oh yeah.
as a large piece, but I decided against it. I thought, no, that'll take up too much of my time. I'm just going to take one of the just really cool minis that is in the set that is not like one of my factions, so I can kind of paint it however I like.
Oh, that's cool.
And she's probably a model you would probably want to use because she's a nomad,
Oh, nice. Yeah, yeah.
and I think a nomad for like kind of your faction that you've had because you have like the reverends and things, don't
Yeah,
you?
right, right. Yeah, the space nuns. Yeah, right.
The space nuns. So she's like she's like the top space nun, Cassandra Kusanagi.
Ah, cool.
She's like the number one space nun.
Very cool. Yeah, I got.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and paint her up as nicely as possible. So I've shirked the regular kind of black or grey or white undercoat.
hmm
I've gone with just going straight to like a corn red
Oh, nice.
as the base coat to try and just lift everything up to be a bit more striking.
hmm
And I'll see if I can do that.
Cool.
But, yeah. Have you actually managed to get any painting done?
No, I haven't done. Yeah, I've been trying to get editing and stuff. Yeah, I got an actual
Yeah.
play. I'm trying to get together the Blade Runner. Actually, the Blade Runner actual play. I'm trying to cut the 10 hours down to a listenable.
Crikey, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Wow, that must be quite a job.
yeah, yeah. It's I set it up originally in Audition, but I do not like editing in Audition, so I'm going to switch back over to Audacity. The only thing
Right.
about Audacity is it makes those gigantic project files, those multi-gig project files, so it saves, so much extra data. But it's just easier. I'm much faster in Audacity, so that's what it's for.
Yeah. It's a handy little tool, that,
Yeah.
I must say. I do an initial sound edit for any kind of narration that I'm doing for my videos is done in Audacity,
Yeah.
where I do all the kind of bass boosts and normalizing and things in there first.
Yeah, they're
Although DaVinci has its own audio
oh yeah.
thing as well. DaVinci Resolve as a video editor, it's a really interesting thing because unlike with Adobe's, like you have Premiere and you have After Effects, but they're kind of like two separate programs.
Yeah.
That you have, and if you want to do audio editing as well, that's a separate program. In DaVinci, you're actually using there's tabs on the bottom, and you can literally, as you're editing, just jump into the tab of whatever you need to do.
Oh.
So you'll have like you have like a simple edit tab, more complex edit tab, which is what most editors are going to be using for majority of things. And then you have the equivalent of After Effects called Fusion.
Uh-huh.
And you can literally just jump back and forth between your edit and your kind of After Effects, as it were.
Wow.
Very, very easily.
Yeah.
And so wherever your playhead is as well, in the edit, when you go into Fusion, that is where your playhead is.
Wow.
So, because you can't really listen to the audio in when you're doing kind of all of the animations and things.
Yeah.
But you need to know when that timing is,
Right.
or something to happen. So I can find the timing on the edit, and then I just jump into Fusion, and I then animate the bit that I need, jump back and forth, and it's really I want to say simple, but I've made things very complicated for myself with the whole process.
Uh-huh.
But I'm really enjoying using DaVinci Resolve. I can't imagine myself using another editor right now.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
And considering it's free as well, it's unbelievable.
That's very cool. Yeah, I'm stuck in Adobe World. I just used it for too long. I just know too many shortcuts and too many keyboard shortcuts.
To learn a whole new
right.
Learn a whole new system. Yeah.
That's how that gets
luckily
you.
Luckily I wasn't using Adobe really, but the editing process was fairly similar. Actually, no, it wasn't. It was actually pretty weird.
Oh yeah.
When I was on the PC, because my computer wouldn't hack the modern Adobe Premieres or anything.
Right.
And I was using it wasn't Vegas, but it was the other one that they made. The German team makes, which is like it's just called like Movie or something like that.
Okay.
It was good. It could do pretty much everything I needed it to do. I did all those the Aristea edits in that.
Oh, cool. Okay.
But then once I got DaVinci Resolve and I could do like pretty much actual After Effects things and build animations and stuff, I was like, okay, that's where I'm going to be now.
Nice.
This is where I'm going to be spending a lot of time learning to edit.
Right.
But it gets easier as I go. There's a few kind of funky bits here and there that I've found to have. But overall, it's not too bad.
Oh, that's cool.
Right, I've got to decide on my colour palette for the cloak. I'm going to be starting off with a cloak to try and figure out like my main colour source. I think I'm going to be going for as bright as possible.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I want to go warm with the reds. I've been doing kind of these cold reds lately. Not you.
Oh.
We'll use you. I got this whole set of Nocturna reds, which are kind of vibrant. So yeah, I'm going to be using a lot of these Inferno Red, Fire Flame, Crimson, and Sanctuary Red, I think. Do I use any Chalice Red? Chalice Red goes pretty dark. I think I'll start with the Crimson, see how dark that goes, and then see if I want to go any kind of deeper. Cool. But I want to get a really heavy contrast on this model. So it's just like explodes, just with color. And going from dark to lights and things.
Nice.
I should figure out the base actually, because I might want to. I was actually thinking I want to do OSL, but I think I've decided against doing any OSL for this one. Just kind of keep it just like a good quality paint job. I think is probably best rather than trying to do tricky stuff. Right.
Are you doing? Is it just the miniature? Are you going to do any sort of diorama? Is there any like?
It's pretty much just a miniature, but I'm also going to have to make the base look a bit nice as well.
Right. Okay.
So one of the things I was thinking for the base was to use some corkboard to just kind of raise it up a bit, maybe dress it a little bit.
Right.
But I'm a little undecided on exactly how I'm going to approach that one. So we'll have to wait and see. But at least for now, I can just be painting her. I'm not going to worry too much about what I'm going to do the base. I'm just going to paint her. I'm getting too like, oh, I could do this, I could do that, and I'm going to screw it up.
Right.
What are you painting today? Are you continuing with the same ones you were working on before?
I'm picking back up on a lockdown project that I started. So, Wrath of Kings. It was kind of a game that the CMON released. And so it was kind of a spiritual successor to Confrontation, to the Rackham game, because it was the same. One of the main artists was kind of involved in the developing the factions and everything. So the French artist that did a lot of Confrontation work designed a lot of characters for it. I don't think, like in the book, it looks like his sketches, but then they had another artist finish his stuff. So it's not, the book isn't a beautiful example of his work, but the character design is. And he's still working for CMON. I think he does a lot of design still, even like with the Marvel licenses and stuff they have. But he did characters for like Zombicide and everything. So you probably recognize his style. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I've heard of Wrath of Kings.
Yeah.
Not played any of it, but.
So yeah, there was.
Cool.
Yeah, during that time there was a huge clearance of all the starter boxes from that game. So I picked up a bunch of faction starters and started painting up 2 of them during the lockdown. So I'll show some of those off later. But
that'd be cool. Cool.
Yeah. Nice. But just simple contrast approaches to get them, table ready.
Mm. And you're doing it actually as the book art, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm following closer to what they did, even though it's not. It's the book. Book art isn't amazing, but it's an okay reference. At least I can get some idea. It definitely looks like he did a lot of character designs, and then they just handed it off to another production artist, because it's very the color job and some of the line art is definitely not his stuff. But yeah, it's too bad that they didn't ever pick that game back up. There was a Kickstarter for to revive Confrontation, but I think it was a scam. I think it was some guys claiming to have the rights that didn't have the rights. They did somehow get the some master sculpts, and we're going to actually sell those as part of the Kickstarter. It was really, really shady.
Yeah, you have to be very careful with some of that stuff.
Oh yeah, because when they're tapping into that nostalgia, and you really want something back, people can.
You can just go, yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Run away with the money.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of scary and shady. Yeah, Kickstarters. Yeah, actually, the guy who, because you remember I got the sci-fi terrain set
Uh-huh.
that is kind of like I can put together like a full table of like terrain in 20 minutes.
Right, right.
Just popping these cardboard, kind of like really sturdy cardboard terrain. He's done a fantasy set now.
Ooh, nice.
And I think he's probably got his last chance to kind of order at the moment. But it's like a full-on castle and everything. And
Wow.
so it looks really cool, but I'm like, I just don't play fantasy, and not that particular type of fantasy that requires that kind of
right. Yeah. Do
setup.
you think he's doing it in preparation for the Spellcrow, or was it Warcrow? Warcrow.
Warcrow.
Yeah.
Could be. I don't know if it's in preparation, because I would say like it's still a ways off.
Yeah, that's true.
Because Warcrow's first coming out as a dungeon crawler.
Yeah, that's right.
A bit like Defiance, and then it's going to come out as a war game like next year.
Right.
I think he's just another set that he was doing, but it seems to have actually done pretty well.
Oh, cool.
It's all funded and everything, so
nice.
It's good. I'm glad for him, because he was a solid Kickstarter guy.
Mm-hmm.
Just his updates were the best updates I ever saw.
Oh, nice.
He showed loads of like videos of the production process, like how it prints at the factory and things. And
nice.
anytime he had any difficulties, he would kind of straight on and discuss it. And he would, like, stuff that would cost financially, he just took it on the nose and just was like, I'll take it, because this is what I promised you, so this is what you get.
Wow.
The thing. So he was just a really solid guy.
Yeah. That's great.
So I was happy to kind of like when he announced he was doing his Kickstarter a second time of the sci-fi set. Mm-hmm. That's when I made my video about the set.
Oh, right.
And kind of sent it to him, and he was like, "Oh, can I put it on the Kickstarter page?" I was like, "Yeah, sure."
Oh, nice.
So I hope it helped him sell a few, because he really deserved it.
Yeah. Well, that's great. Yeah, I love when people run good Kickstarters. It's few and far between, it seems like. There's a lot of people that are really bad, and they get so much ego involved, and then there's sometimes too much radio silence, so the backers get really paranoid, and
obviously I trust Corvus Belli with their Kickstarters in terms of delivering them.
Right.
Just they tend to go a bit radio silent for a while, and you're just like, just give us an update, just something, please.
Yeah.
The last thing they did was they're like, oh, we're going to be printing the rule books in a week. Here's a copy of the PDF that you can have a look through, and let us know if there's anything that we should change. And it's like, well, a week's not very much time to do that.
Yeah, that's true.
I did my best. I went through the entire rule book and sent them all of the mostly like just grammar errors and
right.
Some wording and things that I kind of suggested some changes. But I sent that to them. I was kind of a bit sad that they didn't reply.
Yeah, of course.
Because I was like, I kind of put a lot of work into actually reading that and getting it out, because I just want it to be the best game it can be.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And it's like, oh well, I don't find too much. I kind of mentioned on the forum that I had gone through it and stuff, and one of the guys who makes it kind of liked the comment. Mm-hmm. So I was like, oh, I hope you saw it. I hope it does make it. I'll be a bit peeved if I read through the rule book and I find the same like grammar errers.
I know.
At least that should be, covered.
Right.
At least that. We'll see. But I kind of mentioned as well I'm not too worried about the rule book, because even though the Defiance rulebook is a bit kind of all over the place, the rulebook itself is kind of okay in terms of finding everything that you need to know. It's the scenario book that has all of the kind of glaring errors where they've not really thought about certain
Right, right.
conditions happening and things like that. And so my comment was like, oh, the rule book's pretty solid, but I'm more interested in seeing the actual scenario book.
Yeah, yeah.
'Cause that's where we got a little bit burnt with the Defiance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully. That's got to be hard though, because I was just thinking about that. We're putting together a John Carter campaign, the Modifius 2D20, and of course
Yes.
that was written originally in English, but we were thinking about the like Free League games and things that they first write in Swedish, and even though Swedes are very fluent in English, they study English from like second grade. Still, rule books are a whole other level of language and keeping your terminology straight. And
Yeah.
people love to rules lawyer and like, okay, there's a comma in this sentence, so does that mean that I get to do this?
Right. Rules as written versus rules as intended is a very difficult
Yeah, exactly.
thing to balance. It really is.
Yeah, very true.
But,
Yeah, that's a good way to it's a good way to put it too. The spirit, in the spirit which they're written, not the exact grammatical.
Oh God, I mean, Infinity is very much bad for that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And players are just get really hooked onto that, especially as it's coming from Spanish originally and then into English.
Right.
So sometimes there is those errors which you have to then go to the Spanish community to kind of check, like, how is it written over your end?
Yeah.
'Cause yours is the one that's probably going to be the one where it's most carefully
That's
carefully written. And sometimes like see people like coming across the Spanish forums and the English forums to kind of cross-check things.
yeah. It's got to be hard. Yeah, especially with board games and tabletop.
Well, especially any kind of war game and things where, and role-playing games where it's like, I mean, role-playing games I think you can kind of scuff it a little bit. It's okay because it's up to the DM to just decide it, kind of thing. But when you're playing any kind of, certainly a competitive kind of game and one which has so many rules in it and so many different interactions that can cause all sorts of things to happen. So wargaming is especially prevalent, a prevalent problem if the rules are not 100% clear, especially for tournament games.
Yeah, that's true.
But it's always hard. I can't imagine trying to write or translate, working as a translator to translate all of that stuff, and then finding the good translator for it, because you need someone who's perhaps invested in it to actually understand
that's very
the systems as well, and then be accurate in the translations. It's really a tough one there.
Yeah,
but actually talking. Hello there, Lucas. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining us. Sorry if you've messaged a while ago. I was focused on the mini for a while and chatting away with Jeremy from Upturn Table. But yeah, I was actually talking about kind of games. I've got a game system idea kind of slowly forming in my head. Not written anything down for it or anything like that, but it's just rolling around in my head. I am painting. Sorry, I'm just going to answer my messages here. So I am painting Cassandra Kusanagi from Infinity Defiance, or from Infinity the game. She's going to be my kind of a competition piece that I'm going to be painting up. So I'm going to try and get her as bright as possible. Yeah. This is the Cassandra Kusanagi sculpt from Infinity Defiance, from the Kickstarter, and it's a really nice sculpt. So as a competition piece, I thought it would be really nice because I like the pose, and I can just try and work on getting some really. The aim is going to be to try and get some really high contrast in the model. So I'm going to start off with her cloaks and things and just trying to play around, see if I can get this as bright as possible, whilst getting a lot of depth to the color, I guess, is what I'm trying to look for. But yeah, that's the aim. I have to be careful to keep my model in camera shot.
Right.
I've got too much stuff. I got too much stuff on my desk at the moment. It's kind of shifting my arm over, and I then move my arm across it. The model falls out of shot. I've got to remember actually keeping it in camera shot is actually a very comfortable position. I just for some reason have this natural tendency to start leaning over to the right. But yeah, I kind of got it was initially like a war game idea in my head, just from watching the TV series C, the Apple series C.
Yeah, I don't know it.
It's basically like a post-apocalyptic series where everyone is blind.
Oh wow!
And so you have all these kind of like towns and things that have formed where everyone inside is blind, and they're just kind of getting on with life. But they also battle other villages and tribes and things, and it's kind of interesting to see how they fight one another. I mean, it's complete fantasy. Like it wouldn't actually work out that way,
right.
But it's kind of cool, like how they'll like tap the floor to draw someone in and then strike where they tapped and things.
Interesting, yeah.
It kind of got me thinking of like, oh, it'd be kind of cool to actually have a actual war game of this, where you can't just shoot across the board because you can't see each other. It's one of the things. But the thing I was thinking about was that you could have like hearing radiuses and like speed of movement changes if you want to try and keep your noise radius smaller and things like that.
Right.
And then you'd have like reactionary things, like if something falls into your range of hearing, you can have a reactionary move and things like that.
Wow. Yeah, that would be interesting. Yeah.
So yeah, it would be. I thought that would be kind of cool, and I like the aesthetic of the series is really good. Like I just love the world building that they did. Like everything is like for everyone that's blind, it's a shame because it's like visually it is an absolutely amazing series. And it was just kind of cool how they approached a lot of stuff in that. And it's on this third season now.
Oh wow!
It's third and final season.
Yeah.
Has Jason Momoa in it.
Oh really? Oh okay.
He's like the main guy. In the second season, what's his face? The wrestler who's in everything now. Oh god damn it! His name's gonna.
Oh, the one that plays Vrax in Guardians.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
I almost had it. Is it Dave Bautista?
Dave Bautista, yes,
Yeah.
yes. He plays his brother in it. They're not very friendly towards one another. That's pretty cool. I'm just going to jump back in. So Lucas just asked what you are painting at the moment. So if you want to share,
me.
A little bit about what you're painting.
Oh, sure. So I'm painting the Valkyrie Galvanic Defender. So it was a very interesting little mounted figure. So this is for Wrath of Kings. So Wrath of Kings is, of course, a dead CMON miniatures game that was kind of a follow-up. I think CMON bought the rights to Confrontation because they were releasing resin miniatures after that game died. And then they worked with Edouard Gouton, who does a lot of the artwork. And they designed, he and who's credited, Dave Preddy, worked together to design this game, and they did a bunch of really interesting factions, and of course the character designs, and CMON produced a miniatures game, just plastic. They're decent. The detail's decent. They're not. They're better than board game, but they're not the highest level miniatures. But I picked up a bunch of these during the lockdown, and some of the miniatures are so fun. And it was just I wanted to paint up a couple of factions. So this is House Teknes, and it's kind of a the human steampunky kind of faction. And so there's a lot of interesting characters, and because it's a dead game, you can pick up the miniatures really cheap. So it's fun to find deals on a lot of these. But yeah, I love this artist's work. You'll probably recognize this style because he does a lot of work for CMON still. So Zombicide and a lot of the big games that CMON produces. If it's not Adrian Smith, it's usually this artist. It's usually Gouton that does these. So yeah, I'm just painting up, getting table ready, 2 factions to try out the game. But yeah, they're really, really fantastic, very imaginative fantasy houses. And yeah, so that is what I'm working on slowly but surely. I have a lot of the basic troops painted from my time indoors, and I've just got some of the bigger, more centerpiece models to paint.
Nice.
Yeah.
I take too long painting models. I'm just a slow painter. I do enjoy it.
Yeah.
But I can't get into too many systems just because of the speed of my painting.
Right. And it's just so nice to have painted models on the table instead of, gray plastic. That's so satisfying.
Yeah.
So
it's unbelievable how much better games are when you just got those painted models there.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially ones that you start to feel proud of as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's nice. I just wish I could play with
right.
them. I would be able to feel that.
Yes.
Pretty much the closest I've got to actually playing with them is actually loading them into Tabletop Simulator.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. But that's really...
That was a mission and a half.
Yeah. That's really cool, though, because you can share them. The whole community then can download those, right? Do they have access to those?
Yeah. Actually, on the Infinity 3-dimensional model program that Volsesi put together, my set is in that main set there.
Nice.
So if you go to TTS and you want to download 3D Infinity models, my set's in there.
That's great. Yeah, that's a good way to show off your painting. Your miniature painting. It's very cool. But you said it's pretty rough. The process is pretty grueling to get those into the game, into the.
Yeah. I mean, once you kind of get the system down, it's not too bad. It's the photography that takes the longest, because you got to take 50 photos of every single model, and then you're still not sure if it's gonna actually work.
I see.
When you run it through the kind of the 3D model builder, it might be like, no, there's just weird light problems, or it starts loading the background into the model and things, and it just turns into a weird mesh. And then you have to go and do it again. And those bits are a bit disheartening.
Yeah.
But yeah, that sometimes happens. But yeah. 10 hours on one lawkeeper from the O12. Hey, I bet you it's an awesome looking lawkeeper. He better keep the law. And you know what's going to happen? The first game you play with him fully painted, he'll die in turn 1. It happens every time with new minis. There's no escaping it.
Yeah, I had that Pathfinder that in Malifaux that I did all those traps for, and that took forever, and he never stayed on the table. Yeah, he never was on the table beyond round 1 because he had that advanced deployment. So yeah, never got to deploy.
Oh right, yeah. Everyone just went, no, we're gonna kill him.
Deny. Yeah.
It's either that, or in Malifaux, if you're playing me, then you're probably going to end up against the drunken gremlin.
Oh, right.
So he'll just disable you every time. It's just like, he's on the table. He's just not doing anything. He's just getting drunk.
Right.
This little goblin keeps on feeding him beer and like moonshine.
That's right.
Yeah. The game can be so frustrating sometimes.
How is it doing with the new edition? Oh,
It seems to be actually going very, very well. I think one of the biggest things for them that they did was they fixed the fact that there was too many upgrades.
oh, right.
The upgrades were just crazy, and then like you could make and a number of models were just kind of obsolete because they just weren't good in a faction. So now they fixed that by having it done by crew. Rather, you can still hire everything that's inside your faction, but you get things cheaper and with more effectiveness if you hire with the same keywords.
Oh, okay.
So it works like you end up having a much more I think thematic crew because you're basically keeping within the theme of that crew rather than getting all these other weird models in just because they're better.
Right.
You're actually sticking to your theme because you get bonuses and cheaper units that way. So it means that you are actually using more of the other models. It's just with the models that I had, it kind of screwed up all of my
Oh no.
my crews. So that's kind of another reason I didn't get back in for a while.
Yeah.
I am interested in getting back into it. I must say. So I think I'm gonna try and make sure I paint up all of my Infinity stuff. Try and get an Infinity Defiance series done. Do tag raid. Kind of keep with that stuff. See where Malifaux is in a few years.
Nice.
And then maybe jump on board
Oh, cool.
again. But just starting right from scratch again, just with a completely new faction, perhaps, and a new leader.
Uh-huh. Cool.
Yeah, that'd be something I might do in the future.
That's cool.
And I think Malifaux would be kind of cool to make some cinematic kind of battle reports.
Yeah, definitely.
Things. So yeah, whilst I learn how to do all of this editing malarkey and animating things and, through Defiance, hopefully that'll be then stronger for when I do perhaps an Infinity battle report. We can see from there maybe.
Very cool.
Yeah. Have you got any videos planned as you come along?
Yeah. Yeah. There's some. I don't know. I've got a bunch of things that I want to do. The thing that I think the most with the death of or the loss of the license, Modifius doesn't have the Mutant Chronicles RPG license anymore.
Oh, right.
And we built that lore series around their version of the canon of the lore, and a lot of people hate it. So I might do it.
Oh, no.
I might do an edit and take out the new faction that they created, the kind of Russian-based Earth faction. I might take that out and do some editing so that it works for the first edition, second edition, and also third edition, but just without the specifics of some of that. So yeah, now that it's back, now that that's a dead game, they people want to go back to the more original lore. So that might be fun to do, though, is focus, because we did when the Kickstarter was going on for the miniatures game, the skirmish game that was set in Mutant Chronicles, I was going back and doing specific faction videos. But when that got stalled, I was like, people aren't going to be choosing their faction, and these videos just might make them angry that there's a failed Kickstarter, or I guess it was a canceled Kickstarter.
Oh, no.
So kind of put that on pause.
It's never had a smooth history, has it?
Yeah, no, that's true.
I remember because I used to play Warzone back when I was a kid,
Mhm.
and I have a whole load of the old sculpts.
Oh, nice.
I've got like a whole Imperial army,
Wow.
Dark Legion army.
Hmm.
Yeah, Imperial and Dark Legion is my main factions that I had.
Nice.
And so yeah, I had the big old airplane
Oh,
dreadnought.
very cool.
And the what's that giant, great big dude that was in the swamp? The the Dark Crusade.
Oh, like one of the Nephirites, one of the big.
Yes, yeah, the really big one that was like it jumps out. I think in the artwork it was like a Mishima
Oh,
dude
yeah,
was
right.
fighting this great big monster that could come out of the swamp.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, I can't think of the name, but yeah, I know
The
what
name.
I know what you're talking
Yeah,
about. Yeah.
I got the old model of that
Oh, nice. Wow.
at home somewhere back in England.
Uh-huh.
I have to dig them out.
Oh, very cool.
But yeah, I had a whole bunch of stuff because again, like it was also when they just went belly up.
Hmm.
All their stuff was dirt cheap, so
Right, right.
that's where I bought all the big stuff.
Oh, nice. Nice. Yeah, and
And so
that's
got lucky.
what is it? Prince August in Ireland still carries a lot of the I don't know if they have just they bought all the overstock or all the remaining stock of Warzone, so you can still buy some of the old, not any of the big ones, most of the like the basic troops and stuff. You can still buy the metal minis of those. And so I think when you're relaunching Warzone and you're still competing, with active sales of the old minis, that's a little tricky because you want to update the style of the game, but if you do it too retro, then people may just default
Just
to the existing.
Yeah, because I looked at I think I saw some of the newer kind of Warzone stuff, and it looked very retro still.
Yeah. I think they were trying to do
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
There was some crazy, like they didn't release very many models, but there was some crazy factions near the end of the old Warzone.
Yeah. All
It's
the
It was like the faceless Scottish guys.
yeah. The tribes of Old Earth. Yeah, all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the Dark Eden stuff was pretty awesome.
They were nuts. Yeah, they were really nuts.
Yeah, so I think that's the mistake that Modifius did, is they kind of wrote them out of the lore. They're like, oh yeah, they exist. They're the coolest thing in the game, or the weirdest thing in the game, and they exist, but we're just not going to focus on them. So a lot of people got frustrated that one of their favorite things, probably just as they were getting into Warzone or the Doom Trooper card game, that's when all the Dark Eden stuff came out, and then it just died. So so people want that back, and they're just not going to get it.
Yeah, that's a shame. There was some cool stuff. I'm trying to remember what the other factions were in that period as well.
Yeah,
weirder ones.
Yeah, there were the Sons of Rasputin and the Lutherans. I think is the ones you're talking about. The ones that like they sew their mouth shut. Yeah, they sew their
they sew their mouths shut.
Yeah,
and they just have feeding tubes, don't they?
Right. Yeah. And they become psychic, like they communicate telepathically because they have no mouths.
That's right. Yeah, it gets pretty extreme.
Right.
The lore on there.
Yeah. Fun stuff.
I've done a rough sketch of the cloak. I'm pretty happy with how the contrasts are coming through. I don't know how easy it is to see on my video. Am I out of focus? It looks out of focus to me. I can't tell. I'm on a really small screen. I might have to... Hold on. But... Is that better? I think my camera was just on a setting where it was just like out of focus for some reason. I don't know.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, that looks sharp.
Yeah. Okay. Good. There we go. There's the cloak. Okay. I think it's coming along. I've got some nice darks going up to lights. I'm wondering if I go a little bit lighter though. Let's experiment. Let's see how light I can go with this. So I've got these bunch of reds that I'm using here, but I think if I mix in a bit of an orange, I can kind of get it a bit punchier.
Nice.
Or at least that's the theory. I might be going in the wrong direction with this thing, but as long as I draw in a little bit of the previous colour as well, I think I'm going to just be careful with this one. I'm just mixing a little orange with the previous red, my highest highlight of the red. We'll just see if drawing that up there actually still works or not. I'm hoping because I've mixed in the red that it should still blend nicely without seeming too out of place. But it's just a theory. and not tight like a scientific theory, just So are you using the Army Painter speed paints or something?
Just the Citadel Contrast paints.
Citadel Contrast paints.
Did you see Vallejo's going to do a speed paint line? They're going to do a.
Oh really?
Yeah, they just tested it. There was a show in Spain, and a couple of the big painters did a live stream and did only the speed paints on a couple of miniatures, and then they look really good. They have really nice.
But they're also really good painters. Right?
Yeah. Oh, of course, that's true. The perfect guys to demo. And actually, they were involved in the formulation of the paint, so they got some input in designing the paints. Yeah, so that should be a pretty cool thing to see. And now there's going to be, and Green Stuff World also announced they're working on a speed paint line, so there's going to be 4 products to compete against each other. But that doesn't mean that Citadel will ever lower their prices, but it's good.
No. I mean, they've got a whole market sewn up, so they're fine.
Yeah.
As long as they can pull people into their hobby, they're going to be selling those paints.
Yeah, that's true.
Because every kind of new person is going to be using pretty much GW paints. Because
right.
You go in, you buy your first set, you buy your first paint set, and then you kind of buy into the brand a little bit at that point.
Right.
And then it's not until I think later on when you're just like, okay, let's just try. I want to actually work on my painting skills and things like that. You start branching out and looking elsewhere.
Yeah, that's very true.
Pretty much what happened to me. And then I found Vallejo and it's like, this does everything I want it to do, and it's in a dropper bottle. And
yeah, right.
and it's cheaper as well. Okay. And they're labeled with names which are a bit easier to kind of
right.
What I'm painting with here.
Yeah, that's true.
But I was actually running out of some of my Citadel paints that I had from a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
And was like, okay, I need to get the Vallejo equivalent, basically. So
right.
Luckily there's stuff online where it's like, this is your equivalent.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. And so I just picked up some of those. Okay, I'm quite liking the orange. It is getting it a little bit more punchy.
Oh, yeah.
Are there any more Aristea battle reports planned? Planned? Not planned. I would love to do some more, and I have ideas on how I could make them and hopefully make them faster than it took previously. Now that I'm actually using DaVinci Resolve, if I did them in the same style as I have right now, it wouldn't be too bad. But I was actually thinking, with what I've learned from Defiance, and it's something that I might do for an Infinity Battle Report, is where I have just an over-the-top view of the... I don't necessarily have to do over-the-top, but over-the-top is kind of good for the more tactical view. But bird's-eye view of the arena, and rather than using the actual footage,
mm-hmm.
I would just animate all of the models as they move around.
Yeah.
Just have an overhead view of the model, so it just spins on its thing, and then have a bunch of cutaway shots that I've taken from the actual game. And in DaVinci Resolve, it's much easier to mask out backgrounds and things. So I could possibly mask out the backgrounds easily enough, so I don't have to worry too much about my position of the camera. To be like, oh, I've got to make sure I don't get anything outside of it in shot.
Right.
I can perhaps mask out those bits fairly easily and put in like a sci-fi background type of thing. But then I've got to find those things.
Yeah.
I can't make them myself as such. But it should be faster to produce. It's just always it's also the writing the script does take a while.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's the thing.
And then recording it.
Yeah. Yeah, the writing is definitely what slows me down. Is like write it and then like edit it, or like do another pass and like, is this right? And every time I go back to it, it seems like there's a new approach or like a better way to say certain things. Yeah, in the script, especially for the lore videos. Like you want to the tone is really important. So.
Right. I found like reading doing my short stories. It's kind of lucky, I think, actually recording my short stories with my voice, because I can kind of put the inflection that I imagined writing.
Oh, right.
Whereas if someone's just reading what my written word is, I don't know how they're inflecting exactly or how they read the inflection of these characters.
Yeah,
and it may be that my writing is not that great. And so it may actually cause more confusion or things like that if someone's just reading it. Whereas if I'm reading it, knowing what the intention is behind it, my inflection can actually have it make more sense that way.
Yeah. That totally makes sense. Nice.
But that's that would be that. Okay, this orange is really, getting a bit punchier. That's kind of cool. I'm going to see how high I go with this. I'm like, do I go all the way to yellow?
Yeah, right.
I mean, just go like, I'm going to make your eyes bleed. Blending I'll have to do, I think, but... But yeah. It's ever so quiet now.
Right. Both of us are trying to
focus on the painting.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I figured out how to draw and talk at the same time, but I can't paint. I can't paint miniatures and talk. There's too much holding your breath involved.
Yeah. Like, it's certainly like when I start doing faces and things, I'm just like, I'm doing the eyeballs. Hold all conversation right now. I'm kind of like, and one of the reasons I'm playing around with this cloak so much is I know the next thing that I'm going to do is the face.
Ah, I see.
I'm just like, I'm just gonna play around with getting the paint on the cloak and see how bright I can go with it. I think I'm probably going to have to get some more of the mid-tones to blend a little bit more. Again, the more paint you just kind of keep putting down, sometimes the blends just start building. I'm just hoping this is going to look as nice as possible. I haven't done all of the cloak, I've just kind of the main intruding areas. Just to see if this is the scheme I want to go with. I mean, I think I'm going to go with it. I don't... yeah, it is a shame she's a nomad. I wish, because she's like... She's kind of Japanese. I
Uh-huh.
would have liked her to be in the JSA.
Oh, right,
But
right.
Zanen. Yeah, yeah. Just Lucas mentioned, he said the model looks really good, but still hate that she's a nomad. But other than that, it's great. So yeah, strangely enough, I'm actually kind of painting her in nomad colors. It's not my intention. I just was like, what would be a vibrant color to paint? Red.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking of like putting in some green and blue into the model. I'm just gonna try and basically make her as just just loud as possible in terms of a color scheme. But I've got to make sure that it all still draws up to the face. The face has really got to be the thing that pulls it in, or like around her chest and the face. I
Right.
want that to be the thing that pulls it all in. So I got to be careful not to go too crazy on areas and then not crazy enough on the areas that are important. But yes. Okay, now let's go up a little bit more. I've got another orange that I can try and play around with, which is light orange. Let's see if this will do anything as well. I can always bring this back down. I think this one's a bit watery. It's a bit weird. It's hard to shake some of these. I'm like wondering, do I need a vortex mixer?
Oh, no.
To really mix these paints properly.
Right, right.
I've heard also like it's not good for your wrists or your fingers
Oh, yeah, yeah.
because the way they kind of shake, they kind of like break apart your cells over time and stuff or
Oh,
something.
interesting. Yeah, yeah,
It's like, oh, okay, that sounds horrible.
yeah. Wow.
I'm you know what, Ariadna are not my sorry, I'm talking. Sorry, Jeremy.
Oh, no, no, no problem.
I got a question which was: you have an idea for the cloak of a Zenith 7 from Cosmoflot? I can't think
Oh,
of a good color for it. I'm going to have to search that model because I'm not too familiar with Ariadna, and especially not the Cosmoflot. Cosmoflot Zenith. Okay. Is that the is that the one from the Crimson Stone with the great big sniper rifle that she's holding? Yeah. Oh, okay, so they done like an urban camo thing. She's got the gas mask. I would be tempted to have a go at the camo. It's kind of fun to try. I'm not particularly great at it, to be honest. Um, I don't know. I tend to go whenever I have like cloaks and things for characters that should be invisible. I end up painting them in a way where it's like they would stand out so much. Hence the like the bright green of my Yu Ching and
right,
things.
right, right.
This guy has got a camo cloak on. Why is it like bilious green? I don't know. Cloaks are difficult, aren't they? To be honest, like the reds are fun to paint. Like that's why I'm kind of doing this one. It's kind of cool. Oh, hello, Mini Scribbler. Welcome. I'm doing well, thank you very much. How are you? Any good suggestions for a camo cloak? What colors they should be painted for Lucas, who's watching over on YouTube? Oh, oh no. I must have accidentally poked this model with the bright orange in a place I didn't want to
Oh, no.
poke. What is that? It's like a really thick piece of paint. Came right off though. Saved. Ish. But yeah. Khaki and green. Makes sense. So there you have it. Especially for Ariadne, that makes sense. It depends. Like, what is for Lucas? What is like the theme of your Ariadne? What colors do you usually go for with them? Because a lot of them are kind of your standard military type of guys, so they tend to wear a lot of just camo. Oh, I'm gonna so overdo it on this model with the highlights. It's gonna be a little bit too much, maybe. I don't know. I think I just go as high as possible right now, and then I bring it back down with the midtones to cross over into the darker areas. Okay, so 90% is grey, greyish blue, and the unknown ranger is green and brown. You could match the green and brown, I guess, with the cloak. That would work as a kind of like almost like a ghillie or something. Or actually, yeah, literally buy some of like the little shrub stuff and stick it all on the model, so he's literally in a ghillie suit.
Oh yeah,
I think you could get away with that with Ariadne. Acceptable. May have painted. Well, not painting, but camouflaging your paint job, I guess. If you felt it needed, I'm sure it doesn't. But yeah. Okay, just tell me if you think I'm going way too orange on the red cloak.
Oh.
And that the contrasts are going too much. Oh, this is just kind of a test to see how far I go with this. I'm gonna go all the way. Let's go. I've got... do I use... I'm gonna use my... I call this the magic paint, because it just makes things so good. It's ice yellow.
Oh,
I
yeah.
can't get enough of ice yellow. It's like after hearing every YouTuber say, and then just mix in a bit of ice yellow so you kind of keep the contrast and things, or keep the color strong and things. It's like, really? This mixture of white and yellow thing that you got is really this magical thing? And then I tried it. I was like, oh my god, my models seem to pop so much more. This is amazing. So it was like, if I want to highlight something, I'm just going to mix ice yellow into it, and it's golden.
Nice.
It works so well. Yeah, this is going to be way too much. I'm going to go too far with this. This is going to look awful. Thanks for saying stop. I'm going to just do one of the folds like this, just to see how far I go with this. And this is going to be too much, so I'm going to put it back, don't worry. Way too much. Oh dear. Yeah. There can be too much of a good thing. Just that one. Actually, oh no, actually, I'm not sure if it's actually, it might be working. Am I just going insane? I can always just tone it back. Oh god, I swear to god, it, like I'm not sure about the from the view from the camera, because the camera kind of just fudges things up a little bit. But from my view, it's now like she's got like a cloak of fire and stuff. So I'm just like, oh, that actually kind of worked. right, okay, it's time to like get some of those midtones back into this. I can see there's a lot that I need to do because it jumps too starkly, too suddenly. So I think I just got to get some midtones back in. So let's get a bit of you. You're fairly thin, which is a good thing for a paint right now that I want. It almost will act like a glaze. No, right, it's going to look awful, but when you dry, you're going to look good, aren't you? You are not confident at all. Yeah, maybe you'd gone too far with that one, so I will turn that back. I don't quite know what I'm doing there. Yeah, now I'm looking at it, it looks awful. Oh no. Okay, well, we got that as kind of an example of what not to do there. I'm just going to try using this red in. And the thing is, I think I've lost some of the brightness of the red through using the oranges, actually.
Oh.
I don't know, because the reds were pretty intense, but now everything is more kind of fallen into that more mauve red. Not quite working for me anymore. So yeah, I'll probably just ruin this and I'm going to have to redo it all, so that's fine. And yeah, just focus maybe more on just doing the working with the reds with a little bit of oranges and things. Okay. Yeah, I think I've maybe got too many different types of tones going off at the moment. Yeah, I've gone done mucked it up. I may have to review like the footage just to see how the red looked again before I put in orange. You just be that I need to build up more layers of the red and just kind of keep with red, but just make that red as vibrant as possible. I'm at a bit of a loss on this. How are you doing with yours?
It's getting there, yeah. Yeah, not bad. Things are kind of blocked in. Yeah, I'm just using the contrast paint, so no metallics. And the contrasts have some interesting. It works okay. It gives you, like, their grays have a metallic. The way that they separate and everything gives you a little bit of a metallic look, kind of a tarnished metallic look. So it works because all of these old, especially Confrontation, I think that was one of the first sets of miniatures that everyone was painting non-metallic metals. Like that first came from that art on the clamshells. Yeah. So
yeah, non-metallic is fun.
Yeah.
Takes time.
Right.
does take time. Oh, right. I'm basically just gone over and going, okay, I'm going to restart that one. Because already I've just kind of covered it with the red, and it's just like, oh, actually, I kind of like these reds. I think I kind of lost them under the orange.
Mm.
Oh, I think I'm going to just work with the reds for a bit and see if I can get a nice look with them. One of the advantages is that I've gone over it, and because I've already put in the colours underneath, it's already, because of the transparency of paint, it's keeping some of that kind of information.
Nice.
Which is a little helpful. Oh, crikey. Do I just go, okay, I'm going to leave that for a bit because I'm going to be umming and ahhing and going back and forth so much on those. I might just screw it up more than make it actually work. Unless I just put the ice yellow into the red. I'm curious as to how that comes out actually. Just a touch of it, just to make it a little brighter for a highlight, and then kind of avoid the oranges. See if we can just make a strong red. I'm just worried it might go a bit pinky.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not necessarily a bad thing. I just want the red to be punchy. That's the main aim there. Great, let's just give it a go. Yeah, it just basically comes out the one of the colours that I already have, which is a cooler red. The pink is a cooler red, so I think I'm going to avoid that for the moment. Yeah.
Oh, let's see. Do I have? Yeah.
Is it fun painting with the contrast paints?
Oh yeah, yeah. It's really nice. The effects. It's kind of like it's more like watercolor, because you kind of push them around and get them lighter and darker. Like when you're doing shades and stuff, and you just put stuff in the recess. You can kind of just push them around, and as they're drying, get them to do what you want. Yeah, so it's a little bit more like watercolor as opposed to acrylic, because you do it. You prime them light, like an off-white or a white, and then you can push the color around, the pigment around. So it's kind of fun.
Interesting. I might have to try and follow there's a homebrew one you can do with inks.
Oh yeah.
And matte. What's it? I forgot some of it. Matte medium.
Mm-hmm.
That can kind of create a similar effect.
Nice.
Oh, maybe I should have played around with the inks on this. I can do. Literally, I'm going to be experimenting on this model so much. It's going to be like so confused. Right. Well, I got that pink in there. Well, not pink, but a bit of that colour in. Trying to do a bit of a glaze now and bring these shades together a bit better. Won't know if that's worked until it dries.
Right.
Oh damn, it's always so scary. Just because it's a competition piece as well, I'm more willing to play around a lot more and spend a long time doing something simple like this.
Yeah.
I could have just stuck with what I had, but decided, no, there must be a better way. All right. You're going to be a mission and a half, aren't you? Oh dear. Now, obvious. One of the reasons I chose this model as well is the eyes should be easier than other models because there's nothing blocking my ability to actually paint the eyes.
Oh, that's good.
There's no gun in the way or
Right.
sword or anything. They're pretty open, so it's not too bad.
Nice.
Just gonna go over the face a little bit with. There. Yeah. I find kind of purples a really good base for skin tones, like for all the shadows.
Oh, right.
Tends to work out quite nicely.
That's cool. Yeah, that makes sense.
If I mix them in with a bit of Bugman's, then suddenly Bugman's works a lot better for me. I think, but that's what I think. But let's give this face a go. I realise I'm shaking this thing up and down next to the microphone so you get a good old sloppy sound. You're welcome. Oh Christ. Hoppies. Stuck. Okay. We're gonna have Bugman's and we'll bring in Cadian flesh tone and we'll see from there if we probably go a little bit higher than that because I kind of imagine it was being quite pale. But I still want her to have some pretty strong, again, contrast. Let's go with Kislev again as well. Get it all on the thing. Video idea, paint ASMR.
There you go. You have to get a really sensitive mic to pick up all that brush licking.
It's like, here's the sound of model color blue-green. Hearing the different consistencies of the mix. Oh, Christ. And that's the sound of flayed one's flesh. Right, so I've got a whole range of skin tones. Oh, this one is actually really needs a big shake. It's come out really super thin with the medium without the actual paint. Just the pain. But we'll make it work. Beautiful, make it work. Okay, so I don't know why I did so much of this paints at the moment, because I've got to I've still got to do the eye. I should do the eyes first. Before I do a lot of skin tone. I like to put the first layer of skin tone down, so that it makes doing the eyes a little bit easier to see. Hopefully, I'm hoping get it right. As close the first time as possible. That would be the dream. If we can get this face looking great, then we're on a great way there. Oh, take care, Lucas. Thank you very much for joining and having a chat. It was an absolute pleasure. You take care. Ooh. And this sculpt is really nice.
Yeah, the face?
Oh, the face, the details are really good.
Nice.
Don't know if you've seen the new set that they have brought out called Black Wind.
No.
The models in there are really good. Just the faces are so well sculpted and defined.
Nice.
For something that's not heroic scale, you know, it's
right.
Kind of, what is it, like regular scale? Not quite sure what the terminology is there. Show black. I want pure black. This is where I get the full-on concentration, because I'm painting.
Oh, right.
Okay. So I've blacked the eyes. So my approach is here to to make the eyes black first. The eye socket's black. Then we go in with a lighter colour. So I'm going to use Flayed One Flesh because that one is actually pretty close to an actual eye white is not pure white, so you don't want to paint it like that. I do too much there? Oh no. Doing too much.
Oh no.
Damn it. At least I feel like that. I'll
Yeah.
find out once I actually dot the I. So, temptation here is to do an actual coloured.
Ooh.
Now to make that work, that means I need contrast. So that means first dotting it black, then with a smaller dot of another colour inside. That would be the idea. So I'm going to give it a go. We'll see. I think I need the googles for this one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Not doing it in shot. Let's move my arm.
Just realized the artwork isn't even on camera. There we go.
It's so easy to make that error, isn't it?
Oh yeah. It's easy to go off when you're, especially when you're concentrating. All right.
Hey. Eyes look pretty good so far. Not too bad. Could be better. Now, I am thinking green eyes for her.
Ooh.
Kind of an emerald green.
Yeah.
Let's use yellow green. No. Oh, I wonder. Librite green. I wonder if this still works. I'm going to try this one just because this will be a little bit otherworldly for an eye. Okay, it's very goopy, very wet. Means there's probably a lot of it is dry at the bottom.
Oh, right.
But luckily, for what I'm doing, a little bit wet should be okay. Oh, I don't know, it's really not going to pick up. No, actually, I really need it thick. Damn it. That one's not going to work for me. Wow, I could go really bright green. Oh god, it's too much, it's too much. I'm at a bit of a loss now. What to do for the green of the eyes. Let's have a quick looky at the old internets to help me here.
Ah, there you go.
Okay. I think I could get away with yellow-green. Let's give it a go. Let's just give it a whirl. If it goes wrong, all I have to do is do the eyes again. Meant to be recording all of this, actually. I'll just have to take it from the stream.
Oh, right. Yeah, you can. Yeah, just download the Twitch. Yeah, the quality of the Twitch video is so much nicer than YouTube. Like if you download YouTube, it's very over-compressed and very useless video. But yeah, Twitch is much better. I'm really surprised. I guess just YouTube just has to support too much video, so they have to over-compress it to be able to support that millions of minutes of video per day that they get.
This is proving to be very difficult.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. What did that one? What did that one? It works, but I think she's a little cross-eyed. Let's work from there. Let's do the skin. We've got the typhoon coming soon, haven't we?
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, tomorrow might be one of the worst days. Yeah.
Yeah, we were planning to go to the river.
Oh no.
Don't think that's going to be happening. We'll just go to the friend's house.
Yeah. Well, it might be really exciting at river during a typhoon. Very memorable trip.
Survive, yeah. Tell some stories, I'm sure.
Yeah, right. All right. Oh, here, I haven't shown this. Yeah, so this is the art that I was looking at. This is a little guy with an octopus stuck on his head and some kind of steampunk machinery off the side of the octopus. Yeah, the designs of these miniatures are really great. So you can see there's his little face under there, and then I'm just working on getting that octopus all blocked.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's got a little sword. So this is a sword, and there's a big canister that the tentacles are holding. A little steampunk kind of canister. Yeah, very imaginative, very fun factions in this game. All right.
Yeah, it's. I guess with contrast paints, you can paint from white, can't you? You have to, really.
Yeah. Everything.
It does. For some reason, that just scares the crap out of me because I like painting from dark to light.
Right. Yeah, it's definitely the opposite direction. Yeah, because I was already doing this a little bit just with washes. Like inks and washes is priming stuff light and then just kind of doing layers of washes, especially for like the Nurgle demons and zombies and things. That worked really well because you can blend purples and greens together, wet, and they look like bruised, rotten flesh.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so when this...
Yeah, I think you actually showed me that kind of technique a little bit. I did it on a little of my Abyssinia models.
Oh, yeah.
When you were doing the... I forget what your faction was called.
The Death Guard, yeah.
No,
in that's
the other side.
Yeah, the other side. Yeah, right. Yeah, that's
the Curse of the Burning Man or something.
Yes,
like that.
Yes. Yeah, the Burning Man. The cult.
Cult of the Burning Man.
Right. Yeah, 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 it's the same. Yeah, I was doing the same thing with like purples and blues. That's right.
Okay, this face is taking shape. I don't know how easy that is to see. Why is my Mac not charging?
Uh-oh.
That's not good. Oh. I could have just switched off on a bit there. Oh, don't know why that was doing that. Oh, scary. He just looked up and it was like, your Mac is about to turn off. And I'm like, what?
Oh, no.
No, don't do that to me. Oh, my stream, I think, has just completely stopped. I'm not sure.
Oh, no.
I don't know. Is it the video running on yours? I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
I can still see the preview.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, good.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just the restream site was
Oh,
just
yeah.
stuck.
Yeah. Cool.
I think so. Yeah. Yeah, it seems okay.
Good, good.
Phew. Phew. It's funny, like the one time I've come on with you today, it's actually like probably my quietest chat I've had for a while.
Nice.
Oh, it's a shame. Probably because, like, as a preview, the model's not really painted up.
Ah, I see.
So when people are kind of like passing by the little preview bit, it's just like this red
Right,
model in my
right.
hand.
They'll
It's
come.
kind of less interesting to come and see it until it's actually taking form.
Right, right. Yeah, that definitely could be. They'll check back on you later.
Okay, I'm kind of just focusing on purely the face at the moment, like not the cheeks or anything. Kind of really just trying to pull focus onto the center of the face.
Hmm.
It's coming along. He's coming along. I'll try and show a close-up of it in a bit once I'm a little further along. Not sure if I'm doing too much or not enough. It's all very scary. Right, I think that's probably about as high as I should go. I go too pale on her. Otherwise, the contrasts are going to be maybe too much. And there we go. I think I jumped the shark a little bit.
Uh-oh.
I just don't know when to stop.
That's a good reason to live stream. You can have the chat say, "No, no, stop, stop."
Yeah. Help them control my painting.
Right, right.
Okay, I'm gonna try and give a close-up of this. So that it's easy to just to see what I have been doing. I'm going to go ultra wide here. Whee! And we're going to come in. Going to see that face there. Woo! Oh, whoa.
Oh, nice.
I already see the eyes. There we go. Oh, sorry, it's a bit shaky. My hand's a bit shaky there, but
Wow.
you can see a bit of the green of the eyes as well.
Yeah. That is a really nice sculpt. That's a great mini.
Yeah. So that's fun doing that face there. Then I might stick with her regular kind of color scheme because the hair is like a bright blue.
Oh, right.
And so that'll be nice and bright.
Yeah.
Put you back. There we go. Yeah. I'm fairly happy with where the face is at the moment with her. Yeah. I'm not gonna mess it up now. I'm gonna stick with that for the time being. Might try and do the hair. Kind of get that area done so I can at least feel, okay, I know where the face is gonna be and the head is gonna be.
Mm-hmm.
That way. Ooh. I've kind of mucked up my setup, haven't I? Be careful now not to knock my camera down. Oh no. You can see okay. Why is that so dark now? There we go. Okie dokie. I guess I could try and... Right, I'm getting an idea of where my reds are going to be. I think I am going to go with the orange. I do quite like that. Let's just build a bit of view. I just want to go as high as I did. Let's try and build you back. Do you have any game days you're going to be doing things? When are you actually going to try out the Wrath of Kings?
Oh, I don't know. It's still been really hard. People are still getting all kinds of infections at their workplace and stuff, so it's been hard. We haven't met in person. The only group that meets in person is the OSR group on Sundays. But Chris and I have been doing some miniature gaming, so I'm just going to try to, he's been bringing a lot of stuff for those days, and it's usually like a Friday or Saturday night, but hopefully we can get back into a regular schedule. The only thing we've been able to maintain is the weekly podcast, live stream thing. That's worked okay, but yeah, as far as getting people together, because everyone's got kids and different workplaces and stuff, so it's a little
and then the worries of anyone getting sick, family just screws everyone over, doesn't it?
Right.
That one opportunity to play a game is sometimes more of a risk than it's worth.
Yeah,
when you have a family.
No, that's true.
It's a shame.
Yeah,
been making it very difficult. Yeah, but I wonder if we'll eventually be like the rest of the world, where everyone's going, you know what, screw it.
Yeah, you got to get back to something. Yeah, some kind of normality. Yeah, I think the Japanese have just been too good at following the rules, so it's making it last longer. People are more slowly getting infected because they're masking and staying home and things.
Yeah, I think so. I think there is an element of that. Just everyone wears masks.
Right.
It's easy here to
Yes,
keep
yes.
that culture going, kind of thing. You kind
Right.
of slip into it very easily. So it's like seeing like all of the, I've been watching some of the British and the Americans and their comments about masks, and I'm just like, really? You having that much difficulty with wearing a mask?
Right.
Are
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Like, it's just it just seems crazy to me.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a big deal.
Right.
It's a bother, and I want to get to the point where I can just say I don't need to wear it anymore, for sure. But yeah, like the amount of like vitriol towards masks is a bit.
It
weird
is.
to
Yeah.
me.
It's really amazing. Yeah. Well, people just like a reason to hate each other recently. It's,
Oh God, yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, the world's very divisive at the moment.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Or at least that's what it looks like. I don't think it actually is. This is always the case.
Right,
it's just the way media and how we've globalized everything, and the internet
Yeah.
makes things seem more than they actually are. But they certainly cause. But even so, those kind of more extreme opinions and things have a bigger voice,
Yeah.
and that's affecting a lot of the politics of countries and things.
Yeah.
Whereas it was probably exactly the same 20 years ago in terms of the number of people that were crazies and things like that, and had weird views and stuff like that. It's just now there's just so much easier to give them a voice, which is the problem. Which is the problem. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna go for a green armor.
All right.
Just to go as contrasty as possible
Oh.
to the red. And it's gonna go really bright green eventually. Won't be as strong as the red. I want the red to be kind of the main thing, taking up a lot of the model. I've really screwed up my
Your setup.
yeah. Putting that will hold it in a better position there. Oh, I've got to be careful. My goggles jump into view and block the miniature. Let's just take them off. Yeah, if I can get in all kind of like a lot of the base ideas for this model into it, then I can just keep on adding details and improving the just the quality of the paint job. I just this one I just want it to look as just a quality paint paintwork as possible. Not trying to do anything silly or crazy. Just make it look like you look at it and go, that's a good paint job.
Nice.
It's my guiding principle for this model for right now. It might not be the best one, but I'll put him in the top 5. That's what my aim is. I'm going with the I guess is his name, is it Marco Frizzoni? He's a painter that is really good.
Oh yeah.
And he can paint really fast with really high contrast. So I've kind of like try to kind of look at his work and go, okay, just go really heavy on the contrast. He generally chooses like 2 or 3 colors and then just puts in lots of contrast, and they just look good, and he can do them really fast. He does a lot of airbrush work, obviously, as well as brush work, but uses a lot of inks and oil paints. That's something else I'd like to try, is to give the oil paints a go.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you were talking about that last time, yeah.
Yeah. I'm just like, I guess it would just be I don't know. I really want to try the, the one thing though about oil paints is then you got to get all of the other stuff for cleaning the brushes.
Right.
Thinning the paint. And yeah, it just seems like a right bother.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm not sure if I can really get into it with all that other stuff going on. Oh God. I'm already bad at taking care of my tools.
Yeah. Yeah, oils are definitely. I did a oil painting in undergrad. Yeah, that's a lot of work, and I ruined a lot of brushes.
Yeah.
And also just the smell. Acrylic is nice because there's not a lot of fumes. To acrylic.
True.
You're all water based, and yeah, that can get a little bit much.
Yeah. Obviously, the Tamiya acrylic stuff is a little bit different. It's got like they're in there, but certainly all of the model lines that we have, like the Citadel and Vallejo and everything, they're basically odorless and generally non-toxic. But yeah. Okay. I quite like the green. The green is contrasting nicely with the red.
Oh yeah, looks good.
A good old pop. How many have you been able to knock out? A few miniatures today, or just one?
Oh, and I think this guy is. I mean, just his basics are done. He still needs base work and stuff. But yeah, this guy's pretty close. I want to do maybe some washes, tarnish some of that metal a little bit. Yeah, so and these are 2 of the larger ones too. So it's nice to the troops go pretty fast. So these guys are nice, and I was putting them off because, you have to just focus on them one at a time. You can't assembly line. You kind of can't. Go through. Yeah, you're not doing 10 at a time, so a little bit more focus. Yeah, but this is a good chance. Yeah, good chance to do this.
Yeah, it's just because otherwise I don't get much painting done, because I'll have periods where I'm doing a lot of editing and I just don't do any painting.
Right.
But kind of forcing myself to just do these 2 streams a week just allows me to at least be moving forward with painting.
Yeah, that's good.
And keeping my skills at least a little bit going. Yeah. Not completely gone.
Yeah, that's good.
I'm going to see how I'm going to highlight this. I'm going to try and do this kind of forest greeny kind of style with her armor, I think. try one shoulder pad and see if we can get it looking how we want. I haven't been looking at any of the work in progress for the Reddit competition at the moment.
Oh yeah.
Before I was like really active, like putting my updates on and responding to other people and things. I've just been okay. I'm just gonna have a complete this time around. I'm just gonna worry about my model and not kind of get involved. Because I'm always then comparing and going, oh, do I think mine's gonna do okay?
Right, yeah.
Things like that. I get a bit too fussy with that. So if I cut myself out from doing that, hopefully I can just focus on the work at hand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, you don't get yourself psyched out. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just doing it for me right now.
Right.
And then hopefully that will be good enough.
Good.
And not upset myself too much.
Right.
Really screwed up my paint setup here. Camera setup. I have to go to a very unnaturally far position to be able to be in shot.
Oh no.
I have to fiddle it back a bit. I see yellow doing its magic. Like shoulder. Right, I'm going to try more. I think it's just a case of you're supposed to go back there. You there ish. I think that's a more comfortable position for me. Hopefully that's... Oh yeah, it looks okay. That's good. Alright. What time are we on, by the way? Oh, we're on 11:43 here.
Yeah.
Not too bad. A bit worried my daughter wasn't going to get to sleep.
Oh yeah.
She was a bit bouncy off the walls. And then eventually calmed down. I was like, oh, she's away.
Oh, good.
And I'm not asleep, which is also a bonus. I always worry that I'm going to fall asleep on a stream day.
Yeah. I used to do that a lot. Fall asleep trying to put my daughter down.
It does take time. So it sucks away a lot of your free time. It's just putting your child to bed.
Oh yeah.
You're like, oh, I remember being a little one. My parents just stuck me in a room and I just had to get to sleep by myself.
Yeah, right. Self.
Japan's quite different, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Japan is definitely kind of like more together kind of thing. Sarah just doesn't. She's just like, I need somebody. I always have trouble painting spheres. Say spheres, I'm painting a boob. But it's always a bit tricky.
Mm-hmm.
I like the choice of greens I've got. I'm just not very happy with the placement of the colours.
Yeah.
I feel like it's not looking quite right. I don't know, maybe I just need to do the rest of the green. Yeah. Just do too much. Maybe not. Mm-hmm. Well, I can't help but think that she's cross-eyed.
Oh no.
I don't think it's too bad. I might just be dependent on how I photograph it.
Yeah, right.
So, might be able to kind of cheat it a bit. That she doesn't look cross-eyed. Have you heard anything of what was it, the 40K Eisenhorn TV series that they were going to be making?
Oh yeah, that's been dead. I haven't heard any updates about that at all.
I did hear a little bit of something that it might still be in some sort of production.
Yeah, I hope it doesn't get just shelved or
it kind of got a bit of news going just before COVID, and then when COVID hit, it kind of died, didn't it?
Yeah. It must be hard to get productions together unless there's a lot of money or some real big names behind it. Yeah, did you see they're going to do a Blade Runner? I think it's Amazon is going to do a Blade Runner TV show 2099. So they're going to move the timeline ahead another 50 years or another big jump. So Blade Runner 2099. I don't know. They don't seem to.
Who's doing it? Sorry, Amazon, did you say?
I think it's Amazon, yeah.
They have a thing for Philip K. Dick, though, don't they?
Yeah.
Because they have a lot of kind of Philip K. Dick stuff. They did The Man in the High Castle.
Right.
And they also had what was it?
Oh, that Electric
Dreams.
Right. Yeah, that's
thing.
Yeah, maybe they have some rights.
So I think either that or it's a case of like maybe Jeff Bezos just likes Philip K. Dick.
right.
I don't know. But they seem to like using a lot of that kind of intellectual property.
Yeah.
Have you seen any of the Lord of the Rings series?
Yeah, yeah. I've been suffering through that. The first couple episodes, I kept falling asleep. It was it just doesn't move very fast at all.
Well, I guess that's in keeping with the movies a bit.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's just I don't like the way they're trying to generate marketing by calling everyone that is upset about the lore changes. Everyone's racist because they don't like the lore. They don't like the original because they're not basing it on anything. I think the mistakes that they're making with the Middle Earth lore is because they don't have the rights to things. Like there's certain things they can't even reference because they don't have the rights to them. They only bought the appendices, so it's very limited to what they can actually refer to. So that's making it a very awkward series. Yeah.
Oh, Christ.
Yeah.
I haven't watched any of it.
Yeah, it's I don't know, and having to get through a whole season of it, like to binge it, might be really tricky. I don't know if that would be a real punishing way to try to do it or not. The Game of Thrones series, The House of the Dragon, is actually really really well done. It helps you to forget about the later seasons of that show. And and surprisingly, so they don't have a book. They don't have a book with actual dialogue and character development that it's based on. It's based on kind of a historical.
It's kind of like going back to the Tigerian or whatever it was.
Yeah. Targaryen.
Targaryen.
Yeah. So so the writers are having to do original dialogue, and it's actually pretty good. That was the thing that kind of fell apart with Game of Thrones, the original series.
Yeah.
Once they ran out of books, the dialogue started to really be horrible, and they lost the feel. But we'll see, though. They still got a long way. And they're going to do a big jump. They're going to do a big time jump, like 10 years or something, between these next two episodes. And they're changing actors. So that's going to be strange, because it's going to be like almost a whole new show.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I haven't been able to follow that. You need like an HBO for that one, didn't you?
Yeah, Unext. In Japan, if you've got Unext, they have all the HBO and some Disney. They have HBO and Disney stuff, yeah.
Okay. No, yeah, I don't have the Unext one.
Yeah.
I think I do anyway.
Yeah, that stuff used to be on Amazon, but I guess the Unext company bought a bunch of the rights, so they Amazon removed all that content, all that HBO, like Sopranos and The Wire, and all that HBO content went to Unext.
Because there's a series I really, really liked, and then I think we didn't get access to it anymore because it was on I think it was taken up by the Stars channel or something like that. And that was Black Sails.
Oh, yeah. That's really good.
Loved that. And it was really good. And the fact that it had just a solid ending as well.
Right. Yeah, that was really good.
So many series don't have a nice, just like, okay, yeah, everything's wrapped up and finished. Mm-hmm. That one just wrapped up everything and was like, yes, we are done.
Right. Yeah, I like that. That was a good show.
A really fun series.
Yeah.
And some really nice character arcs and things, and like the whole what's his name? The peg leg. It's from Treasure Island.
Yeah. Yeah. I know what you're talking about. I'm totally blanking.
Yeah, he's not a real person. It's kind of interesting how they mixed up like historical characters with fictional characters.
Yeah,
and made their own thing out of it, and it was pretty cool.
No, I like that a lot. I like that they had historical figures in there, and some of the things that they did, like when they what was it? When they went to the Americas, when they were in, was it Boston or Philadelphia, whatever, like New England city they were in. Yeah, that was pretty intense when they're negotiating with the Americans. There's some really good really good parts of those seasons.
Yeah, it was cool. I really enjoyed it. I dug it a lot. I did diggity dig it. It was good. So yeah, I've been like hankering to watch that again. And
Yeah.
just can't.
Right.
Because the stars bloody bought it.
Right. Yeah, that sucks.
But yeah, I'm currently going through season 3 of C as the episodes come out. So they come out every week.
Nice. Yeah, I think.
But I'm not feeling season 3 as much as I did the other 2 seasons.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's not at the moment. It's not as good. There's some good moments, but it's not as good, and they kind of killed off some of the really good characters and.
Oh no.
Kind of overplayed some of the other ones and made them less likable. Just because I'm just like, I'm done with that person's shtick kind of thing. Like it was cute in the other season when they turned up, but now you're kind of overplaying your hand with it.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, interesting.
Just a bit too much. But overall it's a very good series. I do like it. Oh, did you get to see oh god damn it. Oh god damn it. The Sandman.
Oh no, I haven't watched that yet. Yeah, I keep
You really should.
It's
good.
Good
I really liked it. I need to see that they added on an extra episode and I haven't seen it yet.
Oh,
just kind of like extra filler things from the stories. One of them is about like a cat. Just the stories from the cat's perspective, and I think Morpheus actually talks to her as a cat.
Oh,
and I remember the episode on the on the audio drama.
Ah, nice.
But I think I heard that fans were like really trying to push Netflix to greenlight a second season.
Oh. Nice. Well, that's good. It was well received then.
I don't know if many people actually watched it.
Oh,
But I think the people who are fans of it are fairly supportive of it.
Oh, that's cool.
But yeah, I liked it. It was good.
Yeah, it keeps coming up on my Netflix, so I've got to, yeah. I never finished the most recent season of Stranger Things either, so I never even got.
Oh yeah, me too. Me too.
I never got to the Kate Bush song. everyone was,
yeah. No, I haven't got that far into it either. I've done like 3 episodes or something.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that model of releasing an entire season at once is probably gonna go away, because then nobody has seen the same amount of the show. You know, it's like, did you make it through the season? No, I'm halfway, so you can't even talk about it because you don't know. Like, it's hard to know what they've seen, what they haven't, and spoilers become impossible to, decipher.
Right. Yeah. Oh my. I think I'm getting to the point where I'm going to have to call it a night, I think, soon.
Oh, okay.
Where I'm fairly happy with where I am at the moment, and I'm going to have to take that step back to take it in a bit.
Right.
Before I move on. I'm putting like lots of concentration in trying to get all of the blends as smooth as I can. I really want them to be as smooth as possible. And getting the face right and everything else. Oh, I hope I can do this model justice. But I like the green that I've done. I'm pretty pleased with the green.
Oh yeah, it looks good. Yeah, that contrast is really nice.
The other color I'm thinking of putting in there is perhaps a teal, a bit of the blue-green type of thing.
Right.
A bit lighter though. I'm mixing a bit of the ice yellow and lighten it up a bit. I've got to figure out what color I'm going to do the sword as well.
Ah, right.
As the power sword, I want that to look a little bit different to the rest of the body. So maybe I could contrast that with something cooler, with maybe kind of like a purples and blues.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'll figure that out as I go. I think that's probably going to be the last thing that I do. Is once I've got everything else kind of in place, then I'll come back to that. Yeah. Okay. I'm glad I made a start on that.
Yeah, good. I'm glad it
come along.
worked out this week. Yeah, that our schedule.
Yeah. Oh god, it's nice just to have a chat as well. Yes.
Yeah.
Normally it's lovely when people join in the chat and ask me questions, and I can just ramble for a while.
Right.
But it's actually nice to have someone's voice reply as well.
Yeah, definitely.
It's pleasant. Yeah, I'm gonna probably, if I can, maybe on a Monday, put an edit together of what I've done so far with the Defiance edit.
Oh, cool.
But just like highlighting the things that I'm changing, trying to improve and things, not like a full, here's the first turn, more just, okay, this is how I've now approaching dice rolls and symbols. So I've kind of changed the format of that. I think I've actually put on the Patreon, you can actually see the first turn edit now. And I've kind of like animated the symbols at the bottom a little bit and try to make them bigger and clearer.
Oh, nice.
And also make the actual board bigger as well. So I think it looks a bit better and runs a bit smoother. Animations are smoother. Big feature change. I've added in footsteps.
Oh, really? Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
So you hear
Yeah.
as they go.
Nice.
I got luckily on like Humble Bundle, I got like a massive collection of sound effects.
Oh, right.
And they're really good. I was really pleased. They gave me loads of sci-fi guns.
Oh, nice.
As well. And they're like, oh, these work really well. So I'm like, yay, changing up all the sounds and things in it.
Perfect.
But yeah, it's working out all right.
Nice.
But yeah, I've nearly finished the second turn as well. So I'll put that up on the Patreon as well soon, hopefully. And yeah, it's coming along well.
Excellent. Oh, very good. Nice.
Yeah. Otherwise, I think I'll end up calling it a night. It is midnight here now.
Okay. Yeah.
Usually the way things go is I'm about to say hello, I say goodbye, and then a bunch of people pop in and say hello, how's it going?
Right. Just as you're winding down. Right.
Right. Yeah.
Nice.
That's just the way it goes sometimes.
All right. Yeah. So we'll have to do this again.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm looking at this thing and judging it very, very critically. And I don't know. But yeah. I'm pretty pleased with the progress made. I'm happy with the color schemes. I'm just not happy with my painting skills.
Right.
Got to keep working on those. But yeah, anyway, thanks very much, Jeremy.
Yeah,
it was a pleasure.
Yeah, very fun. Yeah, let's do it again. And yeah, so yeah, great. So yeah, check out if you haven't, and if you're watching this from on demand, check out Zombie Sashimi's channel on both Twitch and YouTube. I guess Twitch is where you primarily stream. So yeah, check out.
I actually stream on both.
Both? Okay. Good.
Yeah, so I'm using Restream now to do both,
nice.
And that's worked out pretty well because from time to time, like I would be on Twitch and it'd be just empty and I wouldn't have anyone there, and so it's kind of hard to carry on through. But doing and then same thing would happen with YouTube, and then since combining both, usually I'll have someone pop in on one of the platforms,
Right.
if not both, and then it kind of keeps me going, which is kind of nice.
Good.
Excellent.
Yeah. All right.
And yes, and anyone who's watching my channel and catching this perhaps on Twitch or on YouTube, please go and check out Upturned Table.
Oh, yes.
With lots and lots of videos on, especially if you're interested in things like Warzone, Mutant Chronicles.
Yes.
Some really good videos on that. But yeah.
Great.
But anyway,
All right.
I shall bid you adieu.
All right. Yeah.
And catch you later.
Okay. Have a good night.
You too.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye. Oh, let me see. Be right back. All right. Yeah, so be sure to check out Zombie Sashimi. I'll put a link. I'll pin a comment up. Where is the little window there? There we go. So, hey. Oh, I saw Matt. Did I just miss you? Matt was in the chat for a minute. Yeah, just up a little late trying to do some, get some regular painting done. I haven't done enough. So, yeah, I went back to the Wrath of Kings. So I've got House Teknes and Nasier started, the demonic bunny girls. But yeah, I really love the character designs for this. So here's what's done for House Nasier so far. So you can see some of the like the HQ, kind of the bigger models aren't finished, and I still want to do like these masks, especially. I think deserve some, highlights or something to bring out some of those edges. But it's all just contrast paints right now. This was a quarantine project, and then here's the House Teknes, which has some really big models. So contrast paints are not going to be great on some of these bigger. Let me do this. Whoa. On some of these bigger models, but I'll see what I can do. So that's why I put off some of these guys. Yeah, and so this is the here's an unprimed. So this is the quality in the plastic. Not amazing detail, but yeah, you can pick out enough, and the contrast paints do a nice job of getting some of the smaller details. So definitely better than board game, but that kind of come on come on level of detail. And of course these House Teknes pig guards are lovely as well. The faces with the tongues and the slathering, the teeth and the slathering jaws. Very ugly. So yeah, I did like kind of stained leather armor on them, and then they have their pauldrons and stuff. But I'm still not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure what to do with the leggings. I guess I should just go with the gray. Or maybe a black. Yeah, something that contrasts or that works well with this blue. And I'm still not in love with this bright blue, but I guess it does work for the House Teknes. It works. I might tone it down a little bit. But yeah, so lots of... so this is basically a starter set, and then a few of the HQ models, and same with these guys. And this guy's pretty much the biggest that they have on this side. They don't have big robots or anything, just demonic bipedal buffalo. But I really love the design of these models, and I didn't want to see them go away before getting a chance to paint some. And then the infamous bunny girls with their little bandage tops. But yeah, very cool. So this is, of course, too. I think it is kind of an unfinished game. They didn't ever like get a completely balanced. All the forces weren't completely balanced, but there's quite a few models, quite a bit of real interesting creative stuff. So we've got enough forces now to actually give it a shot. I just want to like knock out some of the few remaining unpainted, and so hopefully Saturday nights with Nick we can do something like that. So we'll see. But yeah, thanks for hanging in the chat. And Abyss and Matt, it was good to see you guys both stop by. I think Abyss, it works a little bit better on your your timetable, because right now, what are we in the US? It can't be good. Oh yeah, so everyone's just waking up, headed to work and all that. Or no, it's the weekend. So sleeping in, that would explain it. People are waking up on their Saturday mornings. Yeah, I like this guy on this rider. I wasn't sure if I had the right color, but this gold, like washed down, this gold works pretty well. And he doesn't have any other of the gold, like this. Where did my octopus go? Yeah, so the tank, there wasn't any metallic that needed to read as gold on this guy, so I could use it for the hide color. Works pretty well. Oh, get out of the chat. But yeah, that was fun. All right, so some RuneQuest tomorrow. And yeah, hopefully there's some stuff that needs unboxed and some actual plays that need editing. Plenty of stuff to do. Yeah, gotta get caught up. All right. Oh yeah, we can do a little bit of a get rid of me and do a little bit of a flip through. Is this, where am I? Oh, this one. There we go. Do a little bit of a flip through on the book here. So, yeah, I don't think I did this on stream yet. So this is Wrath of Kings, and it's next to a bunch of pots of paint. So Wrath of Kings by CMON, back in the day when they're using their full name before they abbreviated. And this picked up, or this was developed not too long after Confrontation kind of disappeared. And Confrontation also had that short run where Fantasy Flight, I think, was doing the pre-painted miniatures. I think it was still Rackham working with Fantasy Flight to do pre-painted. And then they disappeared. And Edouard Guiton is one of the artists, and he's been working with CMON ever since. But I really love the forces in this in this game, and it died. Like it's not in development anymore. So it's a known thing. It's a finite property. We'll just take a quick look through some of the pages. Like some of the art is reproduced well, but you'll see, and it's card based, just like Confrontation. They have the same kind of stat cards. But yeah, there's kind of a crustacean kind of ocean fish base, and it's interesting because in all the factions, things kind of bleed through. There's elements of each faction kind of mixed in, and there's so this is the Confrontation thing. There's a kind of lichen faction as well, or one of the forces is lichen, and then an Asian kind of dragon kind of Imperial China themed force as well. And there's another shot of the one that I was just painting with an octopus for a head or for a hat, it looks like, with some steampunk elements. So that's Teknes, and then here's a nice Nasier guard. So yeah, game size. There are various game sizes that the players may choose, each giving them different options. So intro, skirmish, and battle. So yeah, it looks like the number of battle is pretty big. Yeah, 24 ranked infantry. Yeah, so the starter boxes let you already get up to the battle size. That's pretty cool. So just flip through some of the art. Yeah, so this is the main rule book, and I don't think there weren't any like with Confrontation specific house books. All the rules for the houses that were released were in there. New player, old game. They laid out some of the lore. Yeah, I really love the so I think basically there was a lot of pencil work that was done, and then they hired someone. So some of the finished work in here looks like it started with the basis of a sketch, and then they kind of finished it not in a very very off model kind of way. So some of the art is not great. So Gritzy is the more gothic. They have the werewolves, the lichens. And but every faction has an interesting mix of types of humans and creatures and things. Get rid of those. Yeah, so I forget, they were really, really cheap, but each of the starter sets were on sale during the first part of the lockdown, so a lot of this stuff is waiting in boxes to be painted. Yeah, so vampires and werewolves with mechanical wings and horrible grotesques like that. Nice. House Hadros. I think these are the ocean kind of themed, like they're curled from the sea. Yeah, these sketches are just amazing. Yeah, so if you want to follow Guton is on Facebook. You can follow him on Facebook, and he posts a lot of like recent sketches for things. I think he even did designs for the Marvel game, that licensed Marvel game that CMON did. So here's all of our fish-based fellas. A lot of tentacles and shells and lack of vertebra. Nice. Yeah, I'll have to get some other greens to do these guys justice. And then shark. Very street shark looking. Like sharks wearing samurai armor with crab arms. Nice. Yeah, I think they get a couple of the models in House Hadros get pretty big too. They got like this guy. Like giant crab units. But great design, and the translation of the into the miniatures of the art. So some of the art isn't finished in such an amazing way in this book. It's a little bit off from what the original sketches were. A Poseidon-looking fellow, and but the miniatures themselves reproduce a lot of this work really well. Oh, here's a big one. Yeah, Cavalier riding a giant squid, a giant octopus. I like the weird dead eyes of the all the mollusks in the game. So here's House Teknes, so more of an industrial steampunk, more human heavy faction. But they do have the union workers, which are those crazy pig soldiers that I showed you. Oh, and I've got this guy too, hanging around, riding his little charge, kind of a Master Blaster kind of setup there. Yeah, several of these. I don't think I've got this guy, but more fun. Yeah, similar to the one I was painting. But yeah, everyone's got these like steam powered backpacks on them, and these little devil fellas. So yeah, each of the factions has a little bit of crossover of other factions. So some of these guys look like they would fit in Nasier just as well. Yeah, Brood Warriors. Yeah, so here he is. So this is the guy we were working on earlier. So you can see a really decent translation. Can I get some focus here of the I think about it. There we go. Decent translation of the illustration itself. So the sculptors, yeah, definitely did well. Oh, so he's casting. So that his little arm that's held out. Maybe I should do a little light illuminating from his glove. Yeah, he's casting. Valkrav, Galvanic Defender. And then here's the other guy that we were doing. Yeah, so steampunk wizards. The Mighty Tor. So yeah, another bipedal bull. So yeah, it's interesting. They cross over. Each of the houses do have kind of crossover types, but the stylization is still works for each of the factions. Yeah, and here's the big steam-powered robots. Yeah, this is it's a huge miniature. And it's basically like 28, kind of more heroic scale. You know, they're pretty chunky, and just based on the art, they're more exaggerated proportions, big hands and feet. And here's Nasier. So they all have these Nasier. Most of the Nasier characters have these demonic masks that have possessed them. So a lot of them look kind of like elven, kind of slender and elvish, and then there's some other kind of wolfen type characters, but they have this like weird undead quality to them, and they're possessed by these masks in the lore. And here's our thick girls with their big bunny masks, and then yeah, some demonic wolf characters. So yeah, really fun stuff. Yeah, that was the big guy that we looked at earlier. And that's, oh yeah, here's this guy's the biggest. The Battle Shaman. That's cool. They repeat all their stats, so you don't need cards necessarily. Yeah, so some of these guys are just going to be gone, just not going to be available. Some of the character models and stuff won't be around. And that's great, some fiction in the rule books to kind of give you the flavor. Oh yeah, and here's Shelhan, the kind of Imperial China faction. I think this is the last house. But they've got, dragons, but still they repeat some of the, more fish themes and things. But here's more ogres. Big sister and big brother. Yeah, so it looks like temple guardians and ogres. And then definitely very Asian-inspired lotus warriors. So yeah, but there's the steampunk elements again. And I like the color palettes, how the color palettes change. So I wanted to try to make each faction very recognizable color-wise. So we're going to have a lot of rich reds and golds for these guys. Yeah, and there's even a version of the mask repeated. So it's interesting, the crossover. Oh, here this is a big miniature, that huge Fulong Devourers. So kind of a dragon cavalry. And some more narrative. Nice. Yeah, I think this book is still around. I think I got it for like $5. It goes on sale periodically. But this rule book's still around if you're curious about the lore at all. And another repeat of that that art that they like so much. But it's full page art. Yeah, so tons of stories. Wow, this might be something fun to read on the channel. Lots of dialogue, though. That means voices. Yeah, another full page piece of art. Wow, yeah, lots of story. Wow, there's more story than rules in this book. Repeating some characters. And there she is again. Somebody's favorite character. Yeah, it's almost like a novel. They just built a novel into this rule book. But lore is good. And maybe instead of, just dry history lore, they did it narratively. Wow. Yeah, this is all lore with repeated illustrations from previous sections. Wow, that is it. Yeah, no appendices or anything. A very, very long story. And there's another full page. A very, very long story. Wow. And here is our map. Yeah, so I wonder how, because this looks very confrontation. This looks like the Ragnarok maps and stuff. So I wonder how close this is. It's just very inspired by. Wow. Yeah, that was a lot of narrative. The ancient king is dead, his kingdom in ruins. Who will rise to seize the throne? Yeah, so basically that's why it's houses. It's little Game of Thronesy. A lot of different factions battling for control of the empire. A narrative storyline that reads as a full-length novel. They're not kidding. Provides basic motivations for each faction, and then individual entries for the units. Yeah. Wow. Another dead game. My shelf is full of corpses, so I'm just going to check a 2014. Yeah, so this was published 2014, and I think this died pretty fast. Both CMON and Fantasy Flight notoriously abandoned games pretty quickly, and you can tell because they if there's a competitive, if they're doing tournaments or whatever, those mysteriously just get canceled 1 year, and then the game is unsupported and left adrift and dies. So both companies have a few of those. But yeah, really fun, really creative, great designs, and it's out there and it's cheap. So this was the the pandemic project. So hopefully we'll get both of these factions painted, and we'll do a little Wrath of Kings. I was going to say Clash of Clans. It's brutal. All right, so yeah, that'll do it for tonight, and we'll be back back with the weekly on Friday, and hopefully I'll do an unboxing or something. Got a few things that I'm going to take a look at that have showed up. And upturntable.com is the website for everything. And Upturntable on social media. And then, of course, patreon.com/upturntable for all of our Patreon content, and the RSS feed for all the audio that we produce. So the full-length audio for the podcast with the before and after content. So thanks for joining me, and we'll be back again soon. So take care, everyone. And Abyss and Matt, it was great to see you guys in the chat. Thanks for checking in. And and Zombie Sashimi. So check out Nick on both YouTube and Twitch. So take care, and we'll see you again next time. Goodbye.